Can we just normalize saying she look good instead of she looks good for a big girl? How about we do that?
Sometimes I feel like you people are just farting into your hands and typing farts onto the internet.
Learn your rules, you better learn your rules. If you don't, you'll be eaten in your sleep.
On earth would we promote people walking around and looking like this? It's not.
I just want to know, when are we as a collective going to grasp that people who look differently than you don't exist as some sort of fucking political statement? Fat people wear clothes. Disabled people wear clothes. And just like you need to see your clothes modeled, people with other body types also need to see their clothes modeled. And you're doing all this in the name of health. What about people's mental health? Imagine if someone took a photo of you and then nitpicked all the ways your body doesn't seem right or all the ways that you could possibly be disabled just because you exist. Like, just because you're here. Y'all come on this app and do and say the most vile fucking shit to fat people. And for what? Literally for what? And the fact that you're black doing this and fat phobia is so rooted in racism. And the funny thing is, if this was a different point in time and it was just a black person on the cover, they would be making think pieces about you. Get it together.
Sometimes I'll catch myself trying to wiggle my toes to wake my leg up, and then I remember, girl, your leg has been numb for 5 years. It's not gonna work. You would not believe how often this happens, though.
Things I hate as a fat person. Woo! Disclaimer. Could all these things be fixed if I wasn't fat? Absolutely. Would that make this video as fun? No. Number 1, booths. Am I gonna fit in the booth? Or is my belly gonna have to go on the table like it's the meal? Bone up a belly, bitch. 2, armrests. Specifically on office chairs. I look like a busted can of biscuits each and every single time. Squeezing my side and shit, I think the fuck not. And those shitty little plastic ones that you set at a bonfire? No. 3, seatbelts. Now, most seatbelts do fit me. They're not a one-size-fit-all. You get into like an old Toyota Corolla, that bitch ain't going past here. All right. 4, plus size clothing. Who said I wanted the ankle of my pants to literally be the circumference of the earth? And who said I wanted a shitty little saying on it, like live, laugh, whine about it, with some rhinestones and a cold shoulder? No. And to piggyback off of this, shapewear. You have to have shape for shapewear. What's it going to do, make me more oval? Okay.
Sedentary lifestyle. Where do you get this shit from? Sedentary lifestyle. If you know me in real life, I'm gonna tag some people. Or if you know me in real life, there's nothing wrong, one, with living a sedentary lifestyle. People are disabled, myself included. But what we're not gonna do is just like make things up, right? Thanks. And for the record, I got an echocardiogram last week. My heart is in pristine condition. So you can fuck yourself.
Oh, hello friends. I am back for part 2 of fat experiences that I think would send my thin friends into a coma. Number 1 on my list is booths. Booths? Booths. Booths. Either way, they are a menace to society, and every time you sit at one, you have to do that like little move where you check if it's bolted to the floor, and just like every single part of you is hoping and praying that it's not. 0 out of 10 on a booth. Number 2 might be like a little specific, but like prom circa 2009. Because all of the dresses look like this. Listen, this is my best friend from high school, but every single dress was just a straight, heavy satin tube. Who was that for? Not me. Using the word fat neutrally and to describe myself absolutely blows people's minds. I am a full-time fat positive content creator. I create fat positive content. I'm a plus size model. I have worked with like every plus size fashion brand. I wrote a book about fat positivity. And if I call myself fat in front of somebody like who's a thin person, they go, "Oh, you're not fat, you're beautiful." And I just straight to a coma. Next up on my list is public bathrooms, because you're always taking a 50-50 gamble of whether it's going to be like a really contemporary, clean, nice new bathroom or like a bathroom from the 70s. And I hate those so much, because why are the toilet seats so small that my ass doesn't fit on it? Why can I not like literally spread my legs wide enough in the stall to actually pee? And why do I have to do that weird thing where I have to stand like 1 foot on either side of the toilet while I pull the swinging door, like the stall door by me, and just squish my whole body? 0 out of 10 on germs. Gross. Next on my list is amusement parks, because like I am still traumatized from when I went on the 8th grade band trip to an amusement park and we were all on a ride and they couldn't close the harness over my very ample chest, which was ample even then. So they made me get up and trade spots with like one of the mean girls in front of everybody I was in 8th grade with, and like I've literally never gone on a roller coaster again. This is like the most uniquely fat experience of all time, which is online dating, because every time that I have a fat friend go on a dating app, they pick a picture and they say, "Does this show that I'm fat?" Because I don't want to pick a picture that makes me look like I might be thin, and then I show up and they say that I'm misleading, or I catfish them, or they're really fat phobic to me. Like, I feel like my thin friends are not like picking out pictures and saying like, "Does this make me look fat?" Because like I need a picture where I look fat. I'm actually going to do like the next 2 of hospital gowns and medical equipment together because they're very related. But like when you go to a hospital or a doctor and they give you a gown and it's just like the size of a pillowcase and you just look at them and you're like, "Excuse me, ma'am, for who?" Medical equipment is one that really grinds my gears, because like how many times has somebody tried to put a blood pressure monitor on me and then gone, "Oh, it doesn't fit around your arm, let me get the thigh cuff." Or like I've been put in gynecologist chairs that had a weight limit that was way under what I weigh, despite the nurse looking right at me as she brought me into this room. And like a few months ago, my girlfriend was going to have surgery, and the day before her procedure, after like 5 consultations, her doctor was like, "I actually don't know if we can perform the surgery because like you're too fat for laparoscopic needles to fit, like they're not long enough to go through your fat body." And I'm like, it is 2023. We haven't made longer laparoscopic needles like that. What if it was an emergency? Eating in public or on the internet specifically is such a trip as a fat person, because I'm not allowed to do that. I could post myself eating anything near food and somebody would have something to say about it no matter what the context of the post was. I made this video to talk about having an OCD meltdown, and as you can see, the food is not even really the point of this video, but there is a bowl of fresh, green food in front of me. Someone felt the need to comment this. Despite me having that bowl right in front of me and the video not being about the food, but about the OCD, someone was like, "That fat girl couldn't possibly want a salad. That's absurd." Musical theater costuming might be like specifically me, but I grew up doing theater, and I can't tell you how many times the director's wife had to make a special costume just for me that was a little bit different than everybody else's, and how much that sucked. If you've never shared a futon with somebody and when they got up, you flipped the whole thing over, I don't believe you.